Morning everyone, Steve, the Observatory Warden on Bardsey. Popped out for a little while this morning, come away from my desk for a quick break from writing the report. There's a few birds around this morning. There's a grasshopper warbler singing on the hill from this gorse patch behind me. I don't know if you can hear it, it's a bit quiet, but there's an awful lot of wind. So you might not be able to hear it. If I stop talking, we'll see if it starts singing. There's also wrens singing around here, chaffinches in the garden behind me at Tipesla and Donegal. So I'll just see if I can hear this grasshopper warbler again. It is singing at the moment. So I don't know if the mic's picking it up, it is fairly quiet. We've got dunnocks singing in front of us. I'm just heading up onto Pen Cristin to see what's happening up there. There's a male blackbird. Yeah, there's a male blackbird up there. There's quite a few willow warblers around today, probably more than there were yesterday. Sam's had a hooded crow. But as I say, it's a little bit breezy. And the wind's coming from the south, so it's not immensely cold. It is if you sit down in the wind, but it's nice and bright and sunny, and just lots and lots of bird song at the moment. Mostly wrens, dunnocks, and there's chuffs flying around. And I'll do more of these little clips as I'm walking around, and see anything else, I'll do another little clip to let you know, and hopefully I might even find something nice like a hoopoo or a ring ousel. Right, we'll carry on walking. I'll see you later. Hi, I'm back. I've moved now from Tipesla down at the farm. I've come up onto Pen Cristin, the sort of rocky outcrop where we can see the mainland. There you go, there's the mainland in the distance, and the steep slopes of the east side of the island. So I've just been sat here, come out of the wind. We've got this strong southwesterly wind blowing, and I've just come round to get a little bit of shelter where these rocks are. And the chuff here, don't know if you can see, just flying into the sun now. So I've no idea if that recorded, if you were able to see it, but try and show you a bit of the wildlife. Unfortunately, on the iPhone camera, when you start recording video, you can't flip it, so you can use the front-facing camera. You can either use the one for doing selfies, or one for doing sort of more distant stuff. So you can't actually flip the thing, so I can't show you very easily what's happening around me. But anyway, I've been sat here now for sort of 15-20 minutes. It's a little bit uncomfortable sitting on these rocks. I've been here making a few phone calls, and while I was on the phone, I was speaking to our bookings administrator, Alicia, who's a very good friend of ours, and Bob, her husband. And while I was on the phone to her, I've got chuffs flying around me here. There's a male wheatear down here singing. Again, he's still singing, that wheatear. If he does come closer and start singing, I'll be quiet, see if you can hear him. Just getting another flyby from the chuff. Again, I don't know if you can see him. So I'll only know when I look back at this video to see whether you can actually see the chuff and hear the wheatear. But while I was here, There was a raven went flying past close by, and the male peregrine came down and gave him a real good bombing. So the raven's gronking away, the peregrine's screeching like mad. We've got shags and puffins, one or two razorbills down on the water, quite a lot of herring gulls flying around. There's a few kittiwakes a little bit further to the north. Once I've finished speaking, I'll stop the video and start again using the other camera and try and give you an idea of what it looks like where I'm sitting, and if the wheatear comes close, maybe film that and see if I can film the chuff for you as well. But yeah, it's been really nice sitting here out of the wind in the sun. I had two house martins come in from the south, come through the little valley here and head north. I don't know if Sam and George have had house martin this year, but that potentially could be the first record of the year. The grasshopper warbler was the first of the year. There's one or two gannets fishing over in the sound. So yeah, it's a very nice day once you're out of the wind. As I say, this wind's quite brisk from the south-southwest, so 18 to 20 knots. I've got two great blackback gulls just flying past me here. There's another house martin. Yeah, another house martin just gone north. So there's a few bits and pieces moving. We had a really good night last night. We were invited by our chair, Diane Charles, for a virtual curry night. So the observatory it's famed for its curry nights. A lot of our regular guests will know what happens. Everybody makes a curry, brings it along, we all sort of dive in. And because we've not got visitors staying with us, there's another house martin. Because we've not got visitors staying with us, Diane thought it would be good for us to do a curry night, and we had a quiz afterwards. So we had Sam and George round to our house, and then Diane and her son Patrick, who I've known Patrick since he was 18 months old. He's just graduated from either Oxford or Cambridge, I think. Oh, I don't know. He's graduated from either Oxford or Cambridge. So he's now in his 20s. There was him and his mum at home in Edgbaston, and myself, Emma and Connor, Sam and George in our house, trying to have a virtual curry night. The internet was pretty rubbish. Everybody is using the internet for get-togethers and such like, and we don't have the best internet for most of our lives here. It's a satellite internet that we have, and it's very slow. We have a 40 gigabyte limit, and when we go over that 40 gigabyte limit, we're throttled in the evening. We have a 100 gigabyte limit that we can use throughout the day, and that's not much at all really. When you think there's 5 of us using it, it's about 300 megabytes each. And to give you some idea, these videos are running at several hundred megabytes each, so it's very hard to keep the a lid on how much data we're using. But anyway, we did try this virtual curry night through video, and it was really good. Initially we tried using Skype. That failed, and FaceTime and WhatsApp, and it was we used Facebook Messenger. It was all a bit too slow. There was a huge delay, like a 20-second delay was the worst we were getting. It became impossible to use the video, so we sacked off the video and we just went to audio. And we had a really good general knowledge quiz. We used different box quizzes that we got, Linky, QI, and a couple of boxes of a game called Mind Trap. And yeah, yeah, it was really good. We had a really pleasant evening. But generally, there's a chuff coming past here. Again, I don't know if you can see it. It's just going to land behind me somewhere. Coming closer. There you go. I don't know if you saw that. There's a sand martin just coming past me here as well. 2 sand martins and a 3rd sand martin. Again, don't know if you saw any of those. But yeah, here on Bardsey, it's life's just going on as normal. We're not having guests coming to the island, and that's really the only thing that's different. This week we should have 1 visitor in. He's obviously had to cancel. I would have been preparing for our joint university field course that should be starting on Saturday, and that's obviously not going to happen. That was a course funded by the guys at West Midland Bird Club. They have stumped up the money to have students from all around the country come to Bardsey, and unfortunately we've had to postpone that until either later in the year or maybe even next year. We don't know yet, but that week will still go ahead once lockdown is over and we can get the students all to come out here. So yeah, life's still going on. We're still doing all the monitoring work. Sam and George are out doing the census every morning. As I mentioned earlier, I've come away from writing the Bardsey's wildlife this morning because there's quite a lot of birds around. It's a nice day, but I'm going to go back and carry on writing this afternoon. And then we're starting to get into the breeding bird season. George is going to start doing the breeding land bird monitoring. Sam's already started on the chuff monitoring. There's a chuff just called there as I mentioned that. And we still have all the seabirds to monitor, and we're going to be pushed to do the same amount of work this year as we would in a normal year. A lot of people are thinking that because we've not got visitors, we're going to have a lot of time on our hands. We will have some extra time on our hands because we don't have the visitors, but as I mentioned in one of the previous videos, the volunteer labour that we get, the volunteers that come out and help us do work, everything from sort of plumbing work, like Patrick Davis, our former chair, he helped fit some taps in the washroom last year. Jeff Ragg comes and helps do stuff. But all that sort of thing now comes down to myself, Sam and George, and we've got lots of work lined up doing the seabird monitoring. Josie Hewitt would normally come out and help us with the seabird monitoring. She's not going to be able to do that this year. She wouldn't be doing that this year anyway. She was supposed to be at university in Australia, but she's on her way back to the UK now, but she won't be able to come out. We had quite a few students from Bangor University. Tom Williams came out, Ed Betteridge, they both came and helped us with the seabirds last year. And again, Patrick Davis comes. He was supposed to be coming in early June to help us ring in the shags and put in the plastic Darvik rings on the shags. Again, that's not going to happen, so it's all down to myself, Sam and George to do all that work. While I'm talking to you now, there's a cormorant just flying past heading south. I don't know where that's going. Cormorants don't nest here on Bardsey. They do nest in the 2 little islands, I don't know if you can see them, over in the distance, over in Aberdaron Bay, the Gwillan Islands. There's about 30 pairs over there. We've got about 25 to 30 pairs of shags here on Bardsey, but no cormorants. Cormorants have only nested once, and that was in about 2005, I think it was. So yeah, we're just continuing as normal, doing the monitoring stuff. We are still moving slowly at getting the lodge ready. Sam and George have started painting the walls where they've scraped all the old flaky paint off, and we're going to be getting the beach heligland trap ready, because white wagtails have started appearing. We're going to go and start trying to catch white wagtails, and also catching rock pipits. We've been putting white Darvik rings, little plastic rings with 3 letters on the legs of the rock pipits. This is so we can identify them as individuals without having to retrap them again. So I did a little bit on Twitter, and I think Sam's put a piece on the blog a couple of weeks ago, showing you the rings on the Darvik rings we're putting on the rock pipits. When we do get set up, we'll do a little video to show you what we're doing. But yeah, we are carrying on as normal, and it's a very, very strange feeling knowing that you guys on the mainland are locked down. You're allowed out for 1 walk a day. You can go shopping, and that's it. You're not allowed to go for a coffee. You're not allowed to go to the pub. You're not allowed to go see your friends. Not much has changed here on Bardsey. We might start feeling it in a few weeks when we're thinking, oh, Bob and Liz should be here and things like that, and Diane and Patrick should be here, and Patrick and Jill should be here. But at the moment, it's just life as normal. So the only thing that we're probably going to start struggling with is fresh food, because quite a lot of our guests, a lot of you guys that are watching this, are really kind and bring fresh food on for us when we start running out. So we might start struggling. I'm going to run out of fizzy water. That's the thing that's really panicking me at the moment. I'm going to have to probably buy a soda stream off Amazon and start bottling Enfield Spring, and maybe even sell it, and hopefully it won't glow green in the dark like Peckham Spring. So anyway, I'll carry on doing little clips as I'm walking around. Hopefully everyone's all right, and I'll speak to you later. Bye. I'm trying something different now. I'm trying with the camera facing the other way, so I can then flip it round and show you the island. So I've come out of the sheltered part of Pen Cristin, a bit further towards the headland. So I'll just flip the camera around. So there you go. That's where I was earlier, up over the hill. We've got a meadow pipit song flight in here. Don't know if you can even see that, but you can see it's a glorious day. There's Tipetla and all the sheep in the fields. I'll swing round to the south, and there's the south end. George is out doing breeding bird stuff on the south end at the moment. Sam's just radioed to say he's had 4 coal tits, and as you can see, the island's starting to look really nice. The gorse in Trithinon's looking lovely, and in a few weeks time the whole of the mountain looks like it's going to be absolutely beautiful and yellow. The sort of smell of the gorse, it's very hard to describe, but it's quite coconutty, very sweet. It's lovely. In a few weeks time, when it's really warm and sunny, let's hope it gets really warm and sunny out here, when it is warm and sunny, it's going to smell like a tropical coconutty paradise, which is what it is really. It's our island paradise. And as you can see, there's absolutely no one out here. There's 10 of us on the island at the moment, and a lot of sheep. The cows aren't back yet. The cows are probably going to be coming back in about a month's time. And there's Honflewin. I'm going to go down and see if I can film the seals. Angie Bennett was asking if we could show the seals, so I'll go and see if I can do that for you now, Angie. There's a few out now, hauled out in Honflewin. We did come down on the day you asked, but there weren't many there. It was high tide, but we'll go down and see if I can film some now for you. So I've switched now to using a different camera. This is my SLR with my 400mm lens on, and thought I'd just get some video of this pair of shelduck down near Trithinon, and I used to catch her there behind them, and just show you a few of the birds that we're seeing as we're out doing the census. I'll see. Oh, there we go. Oyster catchers copulating, or trying to. Right, I've come down off Pen Cristin now, across the Narrows. I've had 2 white wagtails and a couple of wheatears on the Narrows, but I'm now here at the narrowest part of the island. It's only 30 metres across, so this is obviously what we call the Narrows. It's the isthmus between the south end and the northern main part of the island. And I've popped down here now to film the seals as requested by Angie. So if I flip the camera around, we can see the main part of the island. There's the lodge, Tipethla and Redonagorch. There's the boathouse, and there we go. There's the grey seals. I'll try and get some better film with my other camera. It's not the best time of day to be filming the seals. I'm sort of looking directly into the sun here. We've got a male on the rock here fairly close to me. So what I'll do is I'll try and get some pictures, some film and pictures now, and splice them into the video as well. I'm just heading back now to have a quick look at Solvach. Left the Narrows, there's the south end, and I think George is just coming off the south end as well. But the reason I've just stopped here is mainly to show you these wonderful little yellow flowers. So these, I believe, are lesser celandines, and the Narrows is starting to become covered in them. Struggling to figure out how this works on my iPhone, sorry. There we go, that's sharp now. So yeah, there's lots of them all over the Narrows. So I'm going to go and have a look at Solvach, see what's on there. Just been photographing and filming some rock pipits displaying, and those will all be mapped on our breeding bird maps, and all that will get written up and published in our annual report, Bardsey's Wildlife. If any of you aren't aware that there are copies of the last 5 or 6 years Bardsey's Wildlife available in any flip format, digital book format, on the blog www.bbfo.org.uk is our main website, and then you can click the link that says blog on there, and then from the blog there's a page that says Bardsey's Wildlife Reports, and those are free for people to look at, and hopefully you'll enjoy reading those. and yeah, everything we're doing now, myself, George and Sam, will all be written up and published in July next year. I'm spending a lot of my time at the moment getting the 2019 version of Bardsley's Wildlife written, so it's nice actually to be out of the office and seeing some of the wildlife rather than just writing about it. Okay, I'll carry on recording as I'm walking round, and I'll see you in a bit. With us now, just coming to Cristin with George. Say hello, George.
Hi.
George has just finished doing the census of the South End. I thought I'd just show you these marsh marigolds. Move my shadow. There you go. These king cups. There's one here with a bee on it. So rather nice. So it's been a really nice day here on Bardsey. The sun's gone down now behind the Whitlow Mountains. It's got a little bit more chilly, but we're still working away, and we thought we'd just come and show you the sunset. It's not a fantastic sunset this evening, but still it's a lovely end to a very nice day. Right, we hope everyone on the mainland is safe and well. So everyone take care.